From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good morning. It is the final morning of 2024. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth. Right now you're taking a live look at Weimar. This view coming courtesy of, you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimar, but all the pretty city lights down below. Visibility looking pretty good right now for the foothills and for the basin and for the upper and lower Yakima valleys, but it's not looking too hot right now in the Kittitas Valley as visibility is at 0 in Ellensburg. Also, visibility is being reduced slightly on Interstate 90 at Snoqualmie Pass down to 4 statute miles. Now let's pivot to our temperatures for this morning. It's going to pop up on your screen here in just a second, but yeah, they are much colder compared to what we were seeing just 24 hours back, as we're in the low to mid 30s in the Blue Foothills. So some of you might have to break out the ice scraper here. I personally did have to break out the ice scraper this morning in Kennewick, so I feel like a lot of you would probably have to do the same thing in the lower Columbia Basin and also within the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Here's your CODcast for today, again on this last day of 2024. It's going to be heavy jacket weather throughout most of the day, maybe breaking out the raincoat for this evening and overnight, as we do have some small shower chances. Not just small shower chances, but we'll have valley snow possible tonight into tomorrow morning. There's another storm system we're tracking for the end of the work week. Another storm system for this weekend. It's not looking as wet, but I'll have all these details coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Thank you, Josh. Well, right now on Good Morning Northwest, fire crews in Kennewick respond to a late-night fire at an apartment complex. We take a look at the damage and the conditions firefighters face at the scene. And the man accused of driving the wrong way on an interstate in Pasco that ended in a death of a mother and her 2 children is officially charged. And we take a close look at a close call on a runway in California for the Gonzaga men's basketball team. What air traffic controllers say as the team's playing as a close call with another jet on the runway. And if you're looking for a fun, family-friendly way to ring in the new year,
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
What you're looking for. We take a look at some of the New Year's events happening around our region. Good Morning Northwest starts right now. Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Monique Ledesma and a happy New Year's Eve. All right, let's get something new this morning. Firefighters with the Kennewick Fire Department respond to an apartment fire late last night. The call for help came in just after 11:30 to the 1100 block of West 10th Avenue. To the Arlo apartment complex, fire officials say smoke could be seen coming from the roof on one of the buildings. Several units were called to the scene because of the complex size and how close the buildings are to one another. Fire crews were able to get up to the roof and put out the fire quickly. However, they remained on scene after the monitor for any of the flare-ups or hotspots. The damage estimate is not yet known. While the cause is still under investigation, fire officials say they suspect it may have been caused by fireworks. Over in Yakima, a Yakima man in the Franklin County Jail arrested on suspicion of 3 counts of a vehicular homicide and other charges after authorities say he drove the wrong way on the interstate in Pasco last Friday night. Authorities say 37-year-old Zachary Schwartz hit another vehicle head-on while driving east in the westbound lane of the Interstate I-82 between 4th Avenue and interchange with US 395. A mother and her 2 sons, ages 6 and 1, died in the crash. Schwartz was taken to the hospital with a broken arm. He was released and taken to the Franklin County Jail over the weekend. And the 39-year-old Guadalupe Verga Gonzalez and her 6-year-old son and her 22-month-old son have been identified as the people who died in that head-on crash. Her husband Rodrigo suffered serious injuries, but he has been released from the hospital and is expected to recover from his physical injuries. A GoFundMe page has been set up for the family to help with funeral and medical expenses. We have a link to that page on our AppleValleyNewsNow.com website. This crash has brought up a lot of questions for many people. Many of you spoke out on our social media platforms asking what can be done to prevent wrong-way crashes from happening. Apple Valley News Now, Dan Hansen talks with state patrols and the Department of Transportation to find out what's being done right now.
According to the Washington State Patrol, they still see wrong-way drivers. They say due to the increasing population, there are more drivers on the road. WSP says in 2022, fatal crashes peaked, but have steadily declined over the past 2 years. They credit this due to a rise in troopers, education, and enforcement. Summer Deary, a spokesperson with the Washington State Department of Transportation, says wrong-way driving is something they take very seriously, like on the ramps from North 20th Avenue to I-182.
A couple months ago, the Department of Transportation made some enhancements to that particular intersection. So it has a do not enter sign. In addition to that, they added an additional wrong way sign to that signpost. And on that signpost, they added a reflector stripe.
According to Deary, drivers all over the state are going to be seeing differences in ramps, like more signage for wrong-way drivers, increased visibility, as well as height adjustments.
People sit differently in their cars, and so they're lowering a lot of the signs in the state to increase the line of sight and visibility there.
Deary says they're making these changes for the different drivers who may be new to the area and different age groups. One challenging thing to WashDOT is designing highways to factor in impaired drivers.
We partner with the Washington State Traffic Safety Commission. As part of that, they made some recommendations to explore intersections throughout the state of Washington. Wrong-way drivers was at the top of their radar for safety. And then the legislature agreed with that. So the legislature allocated $2 million to review intersections throughout the state of Washington and make some adjustments to that.
WashDOT is using the funds to make low-cost improvements throughout the state, including flashing lights near the on-ramps. Deary says there was a thought of adding spike strips on ramps for wrong-way drivers. However,
we have tested that through the state of Washington, but basically what we're coming to is it's not a foolproof system, and there's lots of false calls.
She says the technology isn't there yet. Once they get an error-proof system, WashDOT would consider it in the future. Until then, WSP says if you see a wrong-way driver, pull over and call 911. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
In Hermiston, the Harrison Park is closed until further notice. Pieces of the glass were found intentionally buried in the playground's wood mulch. Officials with Hermiston Parks and the rec say someone shattered the glass backboard and the basketball court, then buried the glass in the wood mulch on the playground. Now parks crews have removed and replaced the wood fiber to make sure all of the glass is removed and safe for people to be on. The basketball hoop is being removed, and if you or anyone you know has information about the act of vandalism, you're asked to contact the Hermiston Parks and Recreation Department or Hermiston Police. And less than a year where brutal robbery took place, a person now burglarized a popular restaurant in Milton Freewater. This took place, authorities say, sometime in the early morning hours of December 28th. Someone broke the window of the Red Tea Garden restaurant and went inside. Authorities say the suspect took about $4,500 in cash last February. The owner's wife died after a woman attacked her while trying to steal money from the restaurant. If you have any information, call the number you see on your screen right now. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says that they want to warn people about calls they have been getting from people saying scammers have been reaching out, saying that they have to pay money for missing jury duty. The scammers are pretending to be officers or deputies, claim to have a warrant, and unless you want to get arrested, you better pay up. The sheriff's office says court officers never call or email you and demand money for you missing jury duty. They also will never threaten to arrest over the phone, hang up on the scammers, and report them to the authorities. And check this out, we're getting a look at the video that shows a close call between a charter jet carrying the Gonzaga men's basketball team and a Delta flight at LAX. The charter jet was taking on the runway and was about to cross another runway just as Delta plane was taking off. The FAA says an air traffic control intervened and told the jet pilots to stop. The charter plane held ashore of crossing on the runway as the Delta plane takes off. In a statement, Gonzaga says it's grateful everyone is safe and that the team on board at the moment weren't aware of the jet. The close call had ever happened. The FAA is investigating the close call. And still to come on Good Morning Northwest. Up next, we have more details on the funeral plans for former President Jimmy Carter. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert has your first alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be just right back in a moment.
You know you want a burger, so make it my Smash Jack, rated the best burger in fast food. It's even got more beef than a Big Mac. Chin up, Ronald. Maybe you'll get a participation trophy. My Smash Jack, now on sourdough. Welcome to Jock in the Box.
The Season of New Tradition sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Save big on select new Kia vehicles. 2024 Kia Sportage LX with all-wheel drive start at just $28,999. Plus, get 3.49% interest for 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Save now with 3 big weeks of savings in Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Members-only pricing has Dello 15W40 diesel oil for $12.99. Get $2 off Audubon Park's 20-pound Songbird food. Old Trapper beef jerky is $11.99. Winter stock reduction pricing means up to 50% off all clearance athletic shoes and select clearance Dickies and Key Work shirts. Not a member? Get your $5 lifetime membership today. Save more with New Year's savings only at Bi-Mart.
It's that time again.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds on brand name mattress sets.
All remaining models from last year's inventory are on sale.
Here's your chance to get a comfortable, great night's sleep at up to 60% off.
Don't hesitate, or else you'll have to wait another year to take advantage of these incredible savings.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Do you feel moody or down during winter? You could suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Find ways to keep your attitude healthy this time of year at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Seasonal Depression Awareness Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
If you think you can find another $5 breakfast meal served all day with something savory like my Bacon Breakfast Jack and something sweet like my fluffy French toast sticks, you thought wrong. But that's okay, I'll still let you have mine. At Jack, every bite's a big deal. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It's time to start the countdown to 2025.
With performances by Alanis Morissette, Blake Shelton, Carrie Underwood, Jonas Brothers, Lenny Kravitz, and more. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, live tonight on ABC.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and show you some of the past conditions out there for this morning, starting off with I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass. It's a little slushy out there. Traction tires are required this morning. Now we'll take it down to U.S. Highway 12 in Yakima County at White Pass. It's slushy. Traction tires just advised for this stretch of highway. And now we'll slide over to the Blue Mountains. I-84 at Cabbage Hill, there are some spots of ice. Same thing with Meacham, and you do have to carry chains. And then for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, we don't have chains required anymore, but still packed snow, and you have to carry chains here as well. Here's your day planner on this last day of 2024. We're going to start off the day with plenty of sunshine, but a little bit later today, the clouds are going to be building in, and it's going to be much colder, noticeably colder compared to yesterday, as we'll have a tough time making it out of the 30s. So for today, we'll have highs that will finally be seasonal for the last day of the year. So we'll have 30s for the valleys, we'll have 40s for the basin, and for the foothills, pretty light winds overall. They could gust out of the south upwards of 20 miles per hour in the Blue Mountains. And then for tonight, overnight lows dropping down into the 20s and 30s. Pretty much all of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, plants, and the plumbing. We'll see the arrival of this next storm system, and that does include some snow chances in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. So I'll time out those chances. I'll tell you how much we're expecting in the way of rainfall and snowfall accumulation. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Well, thank you so much, Josh. I look forward to that in a few minutes. Well, this morning, the world continues to honor the life and legacy of the former President Jimmy Carter. The 39th president died this weekend at the age of 100. Nicole D'Antonio has the details on the upcoming funeral planned.
This morning, tributes continue to pour in for the late President Jimmy Carter, his life dedicated to public service before and long after his time in the White House.
He was an honest man. I think his legacy will be his honesty, his faith, and in politics, that's kind of rare today.
Mourners across the country paying their respects, from Atlanta outside the Carter Center to the United Nations.
I would ask all in the chamber now to rise and join in a minute of silence in memory of President Jimmy Carter.
And even on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Across the country, President Biden ordering all flags to fly at half-staff for the next 30 days. An 8-day period of mourning begins tomorrow, which includes a state funeral in Georgia. President Carter's remains will lay in repose at the Carter Presidential Center, then flown to D.C. to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol, and end with a national memorial service in Washington, where President Biden will deliver his eulogy.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear.
Jimmy Carter took the oath of office in January 1977. His critics will argue that his presidency had mixed reviews with challenges at home and abroad. But there is much more agreement that his post-White House life was remarkable, building homes for the poor even into his 90s. And through the Carter Center, bringing fair elections and an end to diseases in places around the world.
I think that planes impacted every facet of his life. I was talking to somebody this morning, and the thing about it is he always came home. He always came home.
Carter's body will then be laid to rest at his home in Georgia alongside his wife of 77 years, Rosalind. Ahead on Good Morning Northwest, you can ring in the new year any way you want, but we've got a Tri-Cities event that's great for the whole family, plus a peek at some other things around the region.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
And for a limited time, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Owning a food truck was my dream, but my back and leg pain made every day a struggle. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to being the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Tegan Goodell is now caring for patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center. Dr. Goodell brings his expertise in sports injuries and advanced arthroscopic procedures to the community, offering comprehensive care to athletes and active individuals throughout the region. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Goodell, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
The holidays.
So happy together.
And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag and use your red tag bonus cash to get $5,750 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your community Chevy dealers.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you through today's forecast. You can see not much in the way of precip chances for today. Can't rule out some light showers in the Cascades after lunchtime. But then for tonight, that's when the action will start to ramp up as snow will start to pick up during the early to mid evening for Interstate 90, while snow will likely hold off until the late evening to overnight hours for I-84. For lower elevations, precip chances will creep into the picture this evening, and it'll likely be in the form of snow for the Kittitas and Upper Yakima valleys, and freezing rain will be a possibility in the lower Yakima Valley. And then for tomorrow, snow will start to taper off for the mountains into the afternoon. Lower elevations will be mostly dry, although a shower or two can't be ruled out. In fact, it would still be in the form of flurries for most of the day in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, and freezing rain for part of the day in the lower Yakima Valley. Again, those are low-end chances overall. And then for tomorrow night, leftover showers are possible across the map, but it'll end up being a mostly dry night. Once again, we can't rule out some flurries for the Kittitas and Upper Yakima valleys, and brief periods of freezing rain for the lower Yakima Valley. Even the Blue Foothills could see a brief stretch of freezing rain during the overnight hours. So now let's take a look at some of these snowfall totals we're expecting from this morning through tomorrow night. A few inches for Snoqualmie Pass and Blewett Pass, less than an inch for Ellensburg and Yakima, 4 to 6 inches for that stretch of U.S. Highway 12 in Yakima County, a few inches for Sadius Pass. I'm thinking 3 to 4 inches for Cabbage Hill and the Battle Mountain Summit, 4 to 6 inches for that stretch of Oregon 204 at Tollgate. And then in terms of liquid water for the next 48 hours, less than 1/10 of an inch of water for the Valleys Basin and Foothills, 1/10 to 1/4 for the Blues, 1/4 to 1/2 for the Cascades. Into Thursday, we'll have additional snowfall, probably less than an inch for the Kittitas Valley, a couple inches for Snoqualmie Pass. But look at what's going to happen as snow levels on Thursday skyrocketing up from 1,500 feet all the way up to 6,000 feet. And in terms of liquid water for Thursday, 1/10 to 1/4 for the Valleys Basin and Foothills, 1/4 to 1/2 for the Blues, 1/2 to 3/4 for the Cascades. Then into Friday and Saturday, we'll have a follow-up storm system. Snow levels much higher this time, likely above the pass level for Snoqualmie Pass, and then a couple inches for Cabbage Hill. Not much doing, obviously, for the Valleys Basin or Foothills. And then in terms of liquid water for the storm system, 1 inch to 1.5 inches for the Cascades, 3/4 to 1 inch for the Blues. Not nearly as much for lower elevations. And then we have another storm system into Sunday and Monday. This one, it's a little too early to say anything too definitive with that, and high temperatures staying mostly seasonal over the next 7 days, a little bit above average for this weekend. Very quickly, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain likely on Thursday, much wetter Friday, then small shower chances this weekend. In Yakima, no more snow in the forecast for Thursday and beyond, but a cold rain is likely for Thursday and Friday. In Ellensburg, another wintry mix is possible Thursday morning. Just a cold rain for Friday, then small rain chances this weekend. In Hermiston, wet weather likely Thursday, much more likely Friday, then partially drying out this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, rain likely Thursday, and that trend will continue right through the first weekend of 2025.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Looking forward to your next weather hit in the next 10 minutes. Anyways, well, the first night of Tri-Cities is a New Year's Eve event fit for the whole family. It's being held at the Kisa Carousel of Dreams. The event goes until 9 p.m. and there will be carousel rides, bounce houses, interactive activities, and performances. But if you plan on setting off fireworks on your own, remember the laws behind them and remember to always consider your safety and those around you first.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
These hands care for the herd. My hands need to be tough and sensitive. When my hands are dry and cracking, it's hard to do my job. That's why I use O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
And if it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also try our new hand and body lotion.
Swing into Fred's Appliance for our New Year New Kitchen Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region.
This spacious GE French door refrigerator is on sale now for $14.98.
With a large capacity of 27 cubic feet, easily store large or bulk food items with 3 full-width shelves.
Fred's, it's appliances, only appliances.
At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they? Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Don't wait. Get Black Friday prices all month long now at Mattress Depot USA. Plus, get 0% financing for 5 years or pay just $39 down and get 100 days same as cash.
Mattress Depot USA.
The Majesty of Priest Lake. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Well, a fun-loving surfing blue alien is making return to theaters, as does the John Wick universe, and it could be the final installment of Mission Impossible, Josh.
Yes, well, Hollywood has what looks to be a huge lineup of movies for 2025. Rick Damigella has a preview of some of the films heading to theaters in the new year.
Paddington, there's a letter from Peru.
Paddington in Peru sees the marmalade-loving bear back on the big screen in the U.S. for his 3rd adventure on February 14th.
Wait for it.
Also opening Valentine's Day is Captain America: Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie.
I am Steve. As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Jack Black is Steve in a Minecraft movie. The video game adventure levels up movie screens April 4th.
I need you to trust me.
May 23rd sees Tom Cruise's return in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, going up against the live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch.
You must become the assassin.
Ana de Armas joins the John Wick universe in Ballerina. The Wick spin-off hits theaters June 6th.
You okay? I'm trying to get abducted by aliens.
Pixar's latest out-of-this-world adventure, Elio, about a boy dreaming to go to the stars, arrives June 13th.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
Also opening June 13th is the live-action reimagining of How to Train Your Dragon. And later in the summer, the first movie in James Gunn's DC Universe debuts when Superman lands in theaters July 11th. Getting refills of popcorn in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Well, how exciting, Josh. I'm excited. Another movie that's set to hit the theaters is a sequel of the Jurassic World Park. I love those movies. I'm excited for that. And the rebirth of Downton Abbey. There will also be a follow-up for this year's hit, Wicked. I haven't even seen the Wicked movie yet, have you?
I haven't, no, but I have a cousin-in-law that looks like Keanu Reeves, so that's my contribution to this conversation.
Oh, well, fun fact. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, one of the new laws in Washington for 2025 is a raise in minimum wage, what this means for a local small business owner. Plus, negotiations continue in the Hanford lockout while the two sides continue to talk. We'll be right back with the next half hour right after this.
In today's Tech Bites, a microwave with a view. Check out LG's upcoming offering at CES. It's a microwave with a 27-inch full HD touchscreen display. Instead of watching your food through glass, you'll be able to see it on one of the 3 cameras fed to the monitor. Next, rumors are already swirling about the next generation of iPhones. A new one claims Apple could bring its fancy OLED displays currently offered on its Pro models to the entire iPhone 17 lineup. Another says a slim iPhone will be offered next year. The iPhone 17 is expected out next September. And finally, Apple TV Plus is looking to lure new subscribers with a weekend freebie. From this Friday to Sunday, anyone with an Apple ID will be able to view the streamer's entire catalog of TV shows and movies free of charge. If they like what they see, they can sign up for $9.99 a month. A free trial from Apple. Does sound appealing. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Inez, let me ask you, you're using Head & Shoulders, right?
Only when I see flakes. Then I switch back to my regular shampoo.
You should use it every wash, otherwise the flakes will come back.
He's right, you know.
Pat Mahomes washes a woman's hair.
Is that Tiny Troy?
The ingredients in Head & Shoulders keep the microbes that cause flakes that big.
Microbes, really?
They're always on your scalp. But good news, there's no itchiness, dryness, or flakes down here.
I love Tiny Troy and his tiny, gorgeous hair.
Troy Polamalu.
Make every wash count.
And for stubborn dandruff, try Head & Shoulders Clinical Strength.
Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu medicine hangover in the morning. Then he switched to Mucinex Night Shift. Mucinex is uniquely formulated to leave your system faster so you wake up ready to go. Try Mucinex Night Shift and feel the difference.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein. Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Monique Ledesma.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Well, Josh, you've been on a kind of a hot streak these past couple days with the 3-degree guarantee. Can we continue to see the hot streak?
Well, I hope so. Now, let's take a look at yesterday, some of the numbers to back that up. I went with a forecast high of 47 degrees in Pasco, and the actual high verified at 50 degrees. So just by the hair of my chinny chin chin, I was within that 3-degree threshold, so the jackpot rose up to $175. Now, here are the stakes for today. I'm going with a forecast high much colder today in Pasco, forecast high of 40 degrees. So if the actual high falls within 37 to 43 degrees, that means that the jackpot is going to reach $200. But if my forecast goes bust, this $175 could be yours. To figure out how to win the jackpot, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on contest, or you could scan the QR code that is on your screen. All right, now on to the radar for this morning. Not much doing, all is calm out there, but we are seeing some reductions in visibility. In fact, no visibility in the Kittitas Valley right now. It looks like the visibility is dropping up towards Snoqualmie Pass. So good reason to take it slow on the interstate and to use those low beams in those relevant locations. On to temperatures now, as it is much colder compared to just 24 hours back, as all of us, essentially all of us, are below freezing minus Walla Walla. But for the rest of us, you would probably have to break out the ice scraper. That's definitely what I had to do this morning in Kennewick. But yeah, needless to say, you're going to have to bundle up this morning as you're headed out the front door. Here's that hour-by-hour forecast for today, the final day of 2024. You can see we'll start off with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies in the Tri-Cities. Then clouds are going to start to build in after that, and it just like the morning temperatures are much colder compared to yesterday. The high temperatures are also going to be much colder compared to yesterday. So for today, we'll be seasonal for the final day of the year. We'll struggle to make it out of the 30s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, and we'll also struggle to make it out of the 30s in the basin and in the foothills. So I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Well, thank you, Josh, and I'm certain you'll continue on your hot streak.
Let's hope.
All right, although the new year is just 2 days away, many states, workers can expect to not only ring in the new year, but an increase in pay as well. This is due to a law passing to increase the minimum wage in some states. One of those 20 states is Washington. The pay will go up to $16.66 per hour, which is up 2.35% from 2024. Washingtonians can see this minimum wage increase starting January 1st. And over in Oregon, you can expect to see this new law kick off at the start of the new year. Using drugs on public transit will be considered a misdemeanor crime of interfering with public transportation. While the measure worked its way through the legislature, multiple transportation officials say drug use on the bus and trains and at the transit stops and stations was making passengers feel, drivers feel less safe. And the Hanford Guard Union and Hanford Mission Irrigation Solutions are back after the negotiation table. According to both parties, the side continued to talk throughout the day yesterday. It's the first time since HMIS sent over the best and final offer a federal mediator has made its way at the hand on the negotiation table. And one union member tells Apple Valley News Now nothing was settled in today's talk. Both sides will meet again later on this morning. This year isn't the only thing getting to wrap up. So is this year's first of its kind Painting the Pasco reimbursement program. 2 of the 3 businesses and building owners are now celebrating their fresh new looks. The city of Pasco says this program is a way to highlight, promote, and cultural expansion. While the supporting local artist Carl Holder, a building owner in the area, says he knew his building was a perfect canvas. Holder also says this program helps revitalizing the downtown area.
This mural is really a first step in cleaning up a fairly ugly part of town. So really it is the entrance to the nice of the farmers market, but is an eyesore. And because we bring some art, we'll bring some people, and the owners will have pride in the alley, and we'll be able to keep it clean.
Holder says the inspiration to his mural came from Pasco having many trains and a lot of those trains being tagged. So he took his own spin on it and he located a retired trained tagger professional. The Yakima Valley Library's 30-day drawing challenge begins January 2nd. The challenge is spearheaded by the local artist Rosalind McCarwaters, who provides the daily prompts. Officials say just spending 20 minutes per day for a month will have a great impact on your art. There'll be a challenge and kickoff event at West Valley Library on Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Their organizers will go over the challenges, a few rules, and hand out the daily drawing prompts. You do not have to attend to participate in the challenge, though. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Happy New Year's Eve. We've got a sneak peek on what you can expect to see tonight on a New Year's Rockin' Eve right here on ABC. But first, let's take a quick look at the Skycam, and our chief meteorologist, Josh Colbert, is back with your full first alert weather forecast. We'll be right back.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome to Nissan. Are you interested in
test drive?
Absolutely. There's the all-new Kicks, the new Frontier, and the Nissan Rogue. Hurry in to the Nissan year-end sales event. Now get 0% financing for 60 months on Rogue.
This holiday season,
Elevate your gift giving with a Christmas basket from the Country Mercantile. Thoughtfully curated with gourmet chocolates, artisan treats, and handcrafted delights, each basket is a celebration of quality and care. Perfect for family, friends, or colleagues, these baskets make a timeless statement of appreciation. Browse our gift shop for fun and unique gifts. Shop online and have it shipped or visit our store. The Country Mercantile, where holiday traditions are made. Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition. It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride the clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Welcome to Nissan. Are you interested in
test drive?
Absolutely.
There's the all-new Kicks, the new Frontier, and the Nissan Rogue. Hurry in to the Nissan year-end sales event. Now get 0% financing for 60 months on Rogue.
We're the new hosts of Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Each week, we'll help the family by helping them build new homes. Are you guys ready for your new house?
This is what home feels like.
2025, bring it. Bring it. Bring it. January mornings on GMA. It is time to start strong in 2025. Let's do it, people.
How you feel, how you look, living your best.
Come on, start strong. Come on, start strong. Come on, start strong. Did I finish with this?
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a much colder day as opposed to yesterday, as we're going to be stuck in the 30s up and down Kittitas County, right at 30 for Snoqualmie Pass, 35 for Ellensburg, 36 in Vantage, light winds overall. Then in the Yakima Valley, we're also going to be stuck in the 30s, 37 for Sunnyside, 36 for Toppenish, 37 degrees in Yakima, mix of sun and clouds. Then in the basin, unfortunately, not as much sunshine as yesterday, although we'll have a lot of sunshine to start off the day. Then clouds are going to start to pick up throughout the day. Maybe some of us touch 40 degrees, 40 for Hermiston, 40 in the Tri-Cities, and then in the Blue Foothills. I'm thinking there's a better chance of us touching 40, 42 in Pendleton, 40 for Pilot Rock, and then we're going to be colder up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, 33 for Meacham, 35 for Ukiah. A little bit breezy today, especially into the afternoon for the Blue Mountains, gusting out of the south and east upwards of 20 miles per hour. Now, with all the snow we've had as of late, I just wanted to give you an update on what our snowfall deficits and surpluses are looking like for all the main basins in our region. You can see the upper Yakima Basin seeing a surplus, the same thing with the Natchez Basin and with the Umatilla Basin and with the Walla Walla Basin. So surpluses up and down the map here. And in terms of our seasonal rainfall deficits and surpluses, it's also all surpluses. So far this season has been very beneficial in terms of the rainfall and the snowfall that we've received, and we have more on the way. I'll tell you how much of each we're expecting coming up in a few minutes.
Well, thank you, Josh. It's the last day of 2024, but the year's not over until the ball drops. Tonight, right here on ABC, tune into Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest and ABC's Chuck Serviston. He has a preview of what to expect.
Get ready to rock into 2025. Leading the countdown to the new year from New York City's Times Square, Ryan Seacrest. He'll host tonight's New Year's Rockin' Eve celebration for his 20th time.
I'm excited to see how this show has grown. When I started with Dick Clark, we did a big show. We do a massive, almost international show now. So that's exciting.
And exciting news for those who enjoyed last year's dynamic duo. Singer-songwriter Rita Ora is back for her second year as co-host.
I think last year I was so overwhelmed with excitement and wanting to do a great job that I didn't actually take it all in. So I think this time I'm going to really kind of just breathe and take in the atmosphere because it's insane.
Adding to that insane atmosphere, Rita will be hitting the stage for a live performance. And Rita is in great musical company. This year's show will also feature live performances of over 60 songs from popular artists including Carrie Underwood, Lenny Kravitz, Blake Shelton, the Jonas Brothers, and
TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool. That album.
The night will bring viewers everywhere with live streams from London to Puerto Rico to Las Vegas. And as the clock strikes midnight, everyone will ring in the new year with the traditional ball drop. Ryan and Rita sharing their goals for 2025.
Just to be more grateful and just do things that make you happy, you know.
It's like slowing down a little bit. I always find I'm always rushing to everything. I'm rushing through things, even meals. I'm like, we gotta go. Like, let's hurry. I just want to like slow down, chew my food and swallow it.
Nice.
And experience it.
Rockin' resolutions for the year ahead. Chuck Severson, ABC News, New York.
How exciting, and it all starts tonight right here on ABC. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, and Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. We'll be right back. Here's a quick look at our sky camera.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
This holiday season, elevate your gift giving with a Christmas basket from the Country Mercantile. Thoughtfully curated with gourmet chocolates, artisan treats, and handcrafted delights, each basket is a celebration of quality and care. Perfect for family, friends, or colleagues, these baskets make a timeless statement of appreciation. Browse our gift shop for fun and unique gifts. Shop online and have it shipped or visit our store. The Country Mercantile, where holiday traditions are made.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford Crew. Final days.
Big inventory, big deals, and a final day's finish. Ford SUVs. The Built Wild Bronco family. Goat mode. Goes over any type of terrain.
She knows.
F-Series. Best-selling truck for 47 years.
Final days. Exciting.
Your choice. Lease a Bronco Sport or F-150 SDX for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This week at Macy's, get our lowest prices of the season for your home. Make more room for the family with our best-selling Radley Sectional. Update your bedroom with our Headworth Queen Bed. Plus, don't miss great financing through Wednesday at Macy's.
These hands cook for 30 people 3 meals a day. I can't stop when I have dry hands. I trust O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur-Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
And for a limited time, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
The Majesty of Priest Lake. Fly the Northwest tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and step you through the forecast. You can see today is going to be mostly dry, maybe just some small chances for light snow up in the Cascades after lunchtime. But then for tonight, snow will start to pick up during the early to mid-evening for I-90, while snow will likely hold off until the late evening to overnight hours for I-84. For lower elevations, precip chances will creep into the picture this evening. It will likely be in the form of snow for the Kittitas and upper Yakima valleys, and freezing rain will be a possibility in the lower Yakima Valley. For tomorrow, snow will start to taper off for the mountains and into the afternoon, and lower elevations will be mostly dry, although a shower or two can't be ruled out. In fact, it would still be in the form of flurries for most of the day in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, and freezing rain for part of the day in the lower Yakima Valley. Again, those are low-end chances overall. And then for tomorrow night, leftover showers are possible across the map, but it'll end up being a mostly dry night. Once again, we can't rule out some flurries for the Kittitas and upper Yakima valleys, and brief periods of freezing rain for the lower Yakima Valley. Even the Blue Foothills could see a brief stretch of freezing rain during the overnight hours. So now let's show you some of the snowfall totals we're expecting from this morning through late tomorrow night. This is subject to change, but 2 to 3 inches for Snoqualmie Pass and Blewett Pass, 4 to 6 inches for White Pass, maybe even less than an inch for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, a few inches for Sadis Pass off of US 97, 3 to 4 inches for Cabbage Hill and the Battle Mountain Summit, 4 to 6 inches for Tollgate there off of Oregon 204. In terms of water totals for the next 48 hours, less than 1/10 of an inch for the valleys, basin, and foothills, 1/10 to 1/4 for the Blues, 1/4 to 1/2 for the Cascades. Then into Thursday, we have additional snowfall, maybe up to an inch in addition for the Kittitas Valley, a couple inches for Snoqualmie Pass, but lower elevation snow chances will start to go down as snow levels go way up to around 6,000 feet by Friday morning. And then in terms of liquid water for Thursday, 1/10 to 1/4 for the valleys, basin, and foothills, 1/4 to 1/2 for the Blues, and then 1/2 to 3/4 up in the Cascades. Then we have another storm system into Friday and Saturday. Snow chances going down with this one as snow levels will consistently be a little bit higher, probably above pass level for Snoqualmie Pass, but this is going to be a very wet storm system, especially up in the Cascades, 1 inch to 1.5 inches of liquid water. Then we have another storm system into Sunday and Monday. It's a little too early to say anything definitive about that one. High temperatures staying pretty cold, but pretty seasonal over the next 7 days. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain likely on Thursday, much wetter Friday, then small shower chances this weekend. In Yakima, no more snow in the forecast for Thursday and beyond, but a cold rain is likely for Thursday and Friday. Then in Ellensburg, another wintry mix is possible Thursday morning, but just a cold rain for Friday, then small rain chances this weekend. In Hermiston, wet weather likely Thursday, much more likely Friday, then partially drying out this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, rain likely Thursday, and that trend will continue right through the first weekend of 2025.
Now, the morning sprint.
Thank you, Josh. The time is 5:52. It's time to get your morning sprint this 5 a.m. hour. First up, here's the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Governor Jay Inslee ordered all Washington state flags to fly at half-staff to honor former President Jimmy Carter, who died on Sunday. Flags are to remain lowered until the close of business or sunset on Tuesday, January 28, 2025. Oregon Governor Tina ordered flags at Oregon public institutions to be flown at half-staff as well. Fire officials are investigating after an apartment fire in Kennewick last night. Firefighters responded to the 1100 block of West 10th Avenue at the Arlo Apartments to see smoke coming from the roof of one of the units. Fire crews were able to put out the fire quickly. The cause is still under investigation. Fire officials say they suspect it may have been caused by fireworks. And over in Hermiston, Harrison Park is closed until further notice after pieces of glass were found intentionally buried in the playground's wood mulch. Officials with the Hermiston Parks and Rec say someone shattered the glass backboard at the basketball court, then buried the glass in the wood mulch on the playground. If you have any information, please call the Hermiston Police. And on December 28th, authorities say someone broke into the Red Tea Garden restaurant in Milton Freewater and took off with $4,000 in cash. Now, last February, the owner's wife died after a woman attacked her while trying to steal money from the restaurant. If you have any information on the latest burglary, call the number you see on this screen. First Night Tri-Cities is a New Year's Eve event fit for the whole family being held at the Giza Carousel of Dreams. The event goes on until 9 p.m. and there will be carousel rides, bounce houses, interactive activities, and performances. You can buy tickets at the door if you haven't yet so already. In your national headlines this morning, what's left on Donald Trump's classified documents case is being handed off to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Southern Florida. Special counsel Jack Smith is dropping the charges against Trump since he won the presidency in November. However, two other defendants in the case are still facing obstruction charges. Trump says he will fire Smith once he retakes the White House, but Smith says he'll step down as special counsel before that happens. The state of California is taking more steps to ease Californians' homes insurance crisis. A new rule announced Monday will allow insurance to charge homeowners higher premium to protect themselves from wildfire claims. Officials say they hope the new regulation will make the market more attractive for home insurance. In your business headlines this morning, Walmart is enjoying a big sale of a knockoff and icon fashion accessory. The retail giant leather handbag named Birkin has been a huge hit. The Birkin has a striking resemblance of the Birkin bag from Hermès, a French luxury goods market. Birkins can be found on Walmart website for about $78. Plus, remember the iconic soda brand Jolt Cola from the 1980s? Well, it's coming back in 2025, and the brand offered all the sugar and twice the caffeine. It is now offering even more caffeine. This is a new 16-ounce version, and it will have 200 milligrams of caffeine. Jolt will be joining the now crowded energy drink market, which includes Red Bull, Monster, and Celsius. In your health headlines this morning, norovirus cases are on the rise. The CDC says 91 outbreaks were reported nationwide during the week of December 5th. But the numbers don't tell the whole story because only 15 states are part of the National Outbreak Reporting System. And health departments are not forced to report individual cases of norovirus. And in Oregon, Oregon ends the year in 2024 with the highest whooping cough case in its count since 1950. The state has more than 1,000 cases. Health officials are reminding people to get vaccinated, and it helps against the illnesses. 2 people have died this year from it. This comes as Good Shepherd Hospital in Hermiston says that last week flu levels are in the rise in the Umatilla County. Hockey fans got a special surprise at the Hockey Kings game against the Philadelphia Flyers in Los Angeles.
Actor and comedian Will Ferrell showed up dressed as Buddy the Elf, the character he played in the 2003 cult classic Elf. Ferrell was spotted in the stands over the weekend with his wife and their youngest son. They were both dressed normally. Ferrell, on the other hand, was decked out in the iconic elf costume.
And while Buddy the Elf was jolly and energetic in the movie, on Sunday, Ferrell took a grumpy commercial demeanor pretending to smoke a cigarette at the game. Josh, what do you think of that?
I love Elf. It's like one of my favorite Christmas movies, and that line about, like, you don't smell like Santa, you smell like beef and cheese, that's up here, rent free.
I'm sad he didn't take the honey pasta with them to the game.
Exactly.
Right. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, firefighters in Kennewick battle a late-night apartment fire. We've got the story for you. Plus, funeral plans are still being finalized for former President Jimmy Carter. Details coming up. Josh, what do you have for us in the next half hour?
Yeah, Monique, we have little chances for valley snow for tonight into the first morning of 2025. I'll tell you how much we're expecting coming up on the other side of the break.